What's up guys, it's DarkWraith876 here, and today I'm going to be going over my movement and aim routine that has helped me get better in Apex Legends. And so with that being said, let's get started. So we'll start off with aiming, and then work our way up to like positioning, how you want to position yourself in gunfights and whatnot. And then we'll move on to the movement section. But first let me show my settings, so that way you guys know what I do. Okay. I run a 0.9 because it makes it easier for me to aim with 1600 DPI. That's that one done. Okay, so with aiming, it's somewhat straightforward. So what I like to implement the most is recoil smoothing. So what that is, you basically strafe the opposite way you're pulling. So if I'm pulling right, I want to strafe left. If I want to pull left, I strafe right, so it looks something like this. Pretty simple and straightforward. You could also utilize going down to eliminate the recoil even more. So again, it should look something like this. I do this for about 15 to 20 minutes a day to help me get properly warmed up. And then another thing is jitter aiming. So what that is, you basically flick around, but make sure you want to stay as close to the target as possible. This works at long range primarily. It's more effective for long range. So it looks something like this.
I leveled up. What upgrade should I pick?
So I'm jittering.
This upgrade is gonna give me a serious leg up.
Again, it should look something like this. Okay, now positioning in gunfights is a very crucial component, as well as getting information. So say you're doing a 1v3 scenario, right? Try to isolate each person into a singular 1v1. Now the way how to do that is try and play cover. So guy number 1's on me here. His two teammates are back here, trying to get an angle on me. So clearly what I want to do is try and play cover, so that way I could still keep info on them while trying to isolate this one dude. So he's full focused on me now. And then so you want to peek, shoot, peek, shoot, peek, shoot. Shoot. Make sure to always play cover too. And then once first guy's down, you want to back up to get info on what the other people are doing. So you know they're somewhere around there last you checked. But then you see that one of them is up here. So now you just expose yourself. So what you want to try and do is try and get into cover while making sure you're hard as possible to hit, and then start shooting at that person. Try and get them back off so you can find a better angle. And then the other person's coming around here, so after you're done shooting that guy, you hear audio on this guy, you can shoot him. So that's one way how to do it. You just have to play cover and be smart about how you take each fight. Now on to movement. So movement is one of the most versatile when it comes to gunfights. So we'll start tap strafing. So you want to slide, jump, and while you're jumping, you want to scroll wheel up. That's what I have to move forward. And look the way you're pressing your directional key, whether it be A or D. So look something like this.
It's go time.
You're able to turn smoothly on a dime. So again, slide, jump, scroll after hitting A or D. We'll do that one more time. Slide, jump, A, scroll. Or D, scroll. Whichever one that you do. I just said A because it's the closest one to me. And then, so with tap strafing, you could do other things too, but we'll get into the varieties later. Next, very important movement tech that you have to learn. Wall jumping. So what that is, it's a slide, jump, like all inputs, and then jump off the wall. So it should look something like this. Slide, jump, let go, jump. I'll slow that down. Slide, jump, let go, and then jump once you make contact with the wall. So again, it should look something like this. It's a very crucial movement tech that people need to learn more. Now we'll get on to some of the harder stuff. Super gliding. So what I do, since I'm playing on 236 FPS, I'll rest my thumb on the space and C in crouch, which is C for me at the same time. So that way it's easier to press both within the very short time frame that you're given. So it should look something like this. And you want to do it at around like the peak of the mantle, so like right around here.
What do you think is over here?
So again, it should look something like this. Damn it, hold on. It should look something like that. So one way to know for sure is climbing and then repeatedly turning your mouse to try and find the sweet spot, because it locks you up at a certain time. That's the timing that you need to hit the super glide. That and when the screen stops shaking. So like the second before it's hard to describe the timing. Right before the screen stops completely shaking is when you want to implement the jump and crouch inputs. Now, super jumping. So super jumping is you interact and then jump off. So E is to interact for me, but you want to implement 2 jumps at the same time. So what I do for that is to, I put my jump as scroll wheel down as well, so it looks something like this. Interact, jump twice. Interact, jump twice. And then there's other variations where you could interact and then do a tap strafe. So that way you can get height on people. Because then it makes it somewhat harder for the person to shoot you. And there is another version of zipline tech that we need to do over here. And also another thing with super glides that I find rather annoying is it does have a short cooldown unlike mantle boosting, but it is more rewarding. I know, yeah. And another thing, mantle jumping. So what it is, you want to make sure to practice in this pose first. You go W, S, look up or down, and then super jump. But you want to do that within a very short time span. So it looks something like this. So it looks something like this. Bro. So what I normally like to do is I like to hold E on the zip line, so that way once you disconnect, you immediately reconnect. For some reason, it's giving me problems today. Oh, whatever. But that's basically the basics of it. And then the other versions of strafing. So there is alert strafing, where you basically jump and then hit A, W, D, or D, W, A, depending on the way you want to go. So this is what it looks like. And then you want to implement a tap strafe too. So that way you make it harder for people to hit you. So it should be like going in a hook direction. And it makes it also easier to do some of the other strafes, which I'm trying to learn. Whether it be neo strafing or something else. Speaking of neo strafing, so what that is, because I am trying to learn it, you'll basically implement multiple chain combos of lurch strafing as well as tap strafing and making sure you're crouched. The only way to know you effectively do it is if you have a huge speed boost going into it. So whether or not you're using stims for Octane and then you try to do it, or you do a super glide into it. Super gliding is your best option for doing, strafing. Even though I need to figure out how to do it more effectively. But all I know is you need a speed boost to do neo strafing. Otherwise you won't be able to do it. Because then you lose all your momentum. And then you won't be able to effectively do it. Is neo strafing really viable? Not really. Because it requires too many key inputs within a short amount of time, and only people that are veterans with doing it are actually good at doing it enough to where they could also shoot back while doing it. So I guess it just depends on whether or not you want to learn doing it. But other than that, that's all I have to teach for now. I'll see you guys in the next video when I hopefully get better at doing all the movement tests.